Africa. They say it changes you. Not just the way you see nature, but the way you see life itself. And what made this whole experience so unique was that we got to drive through 2 countries by ourselves. We crossed paths with the wildest of creatures and witnessed moments that made us question everything that we knew and had no idea what was awaiting us on this adventure.
Tanya, meet Alex. He's been working with the Hadza people
Nice
for
to
a
meet
while.
you.
To meet you. That's Ishan.
That's Ishan.
Ishad, nice to meet you.
The Hadza is the most primitive tribe on earth. We are here with the Hadza people who have retained their original identity of being hunter-gatherers. Their ways haven't changed in 50,000 years. They hunt with bows and arrows, drink water from natural muddy sources, use traditional medicines for their wounds, and speak a completely different language.
Onoko, Akanabe,
Hazane, Tanya. Their homes have almost nothing inside and they survive on everything that they find in the forest. They are still living the life of our ancestors, and this is a rare peek into what that looked like. हम लोग आए हैं एक हंट पे. So we are here with the Hadza people, and the Tanzanian government has granted them their land so they can retain their old ways. And with us today we have Alex, who has spent a considerable amount of time with them, and he will translate all of the conversations, how they feel, how they think, everything. First question, I would like to ask their names.
Ono Akanabe Hazane Oegwakenata.
No.
Oegwakenata.
Oe. No. Guakena.
Hazane Dudu Dale.
Kwa ba misho Akanabe kwa Hazane no.
Ono Akanabe Hazane
What do you eat in a day?
How many has a bit? Patrick's a face seminar, of course.
Baalako
Alako,
Bape a Congolobi kwese pisho Olo Miche Titi kwese
meat from the animals which they are hunting, like the birds, animals, tortoise, and also they are collecting berries from the plants which they are getting over here.
How many times do they hunt in a week?
Botang upi usukwa so wakati ana kuku.
They do hunting 2 times a day.
Every day?
Every day.
Do they know how old they are?
Kuwa
Kuwa?
aya kwa checheke ko onaka TTC ukuwa.
They don't know. What they know just he has born, he's growing.
How do they find a partner?
Hama we kobo kwa.
He has to go somewhere very far from here, where he knows like there's a one beautiful woman or lady in that village.
Okay.
So he has to hunt one big animal
By
or
himself?
2 by himself.
By himself.
Then he has to bring to that village
Okay.
to attract,
The beautiful
to convince
lady.
a lady. So sometimes he works for like 1, 2, 3 or 4 days to make sure until he reaches that place.
So Ishan, if you were to find me through hunting, 3-4 days you had to walk, would you do that?
But you are vegan, no? Why should I?
So,
Yeah, of course I would. Of course I would. Which animal do you want to eat?
Kabulu kwa tuwa. Kwa tuwa kukuru.
They were harvesting honey from the baobab. So the bees stung.
They don't go to hospitals.
They go to hospital when the condition is very bad. But when they are like not very bad, they use the herbs.
Then they showed us the tools that they've relied on for generations. So many different arrows, each meant to hunt different animals. Like this one is a blunt wooden one used for knocking bigger birds and smaller animals. And this cork-shaped one is for smaller birds. And this is quite interesting. It has a barbed iron head for smart animals like monkeys and baboons, so they can't pull it out. And then they use flat ones for pigs and porcupines, while the hook-shaped ones are for medium-sized animals like jackals. And then we tried drawing the bow with an arrow, and it is way harder than I expected.
With your 3 fingers,
Yeah.
you see like this. Then you do like this.
And now we are, after looking at all of their bows, arrows, instruments, also getting an experience of seeing them in the bush, of how they hunt, how they live, and how life is actually difficult. First thoughts, this is actually very hot. Doing this in the jungle without water is difficult. This is gum that is from a tree, and all of these guys are using this as chewing gum.
Center fresh, Mentos.
No, it has no flavor. It tastes like tree. What do you think? अच्छा है, इमली जैसा है.
He looks, he asks them, like, you have no shoes, you have no shoes, you have no shoes. Then he looks to your size. Then he goes to the market to buy.
Oh, that's how he sees the size.
These people live so close to the city. Do they not feel like moving to the city?
Storytelling. They don't like cities.
No, when you live there, you need to work. Okay, you need to have a job to feed yourself. And they have no houses, they have no farm, they have no kettles, so they don't feel like there. But here, they have their bows, they have an axe for chopping the tree for harvesting honey, so they feel this is the only good way for them to survive.
What I found the most unique was meeting the Hadzabe tribe, one of the last true hunter-gatherer communities in the world. They don't just farm or store food, but hunt every single day to survive. It was so fascinating to see where they live, hear them speak, and watch them hunt with handmade bows and arrows, some even dipped with poison. We had Alex, our translator and guide, without whom we wouldn't have been able to connect the way we did. We drank spring water directly from the ground, which also happens to be the same stream that the animals in the wild share. And later we even joined them for some target practice with their bows and arrows. This entire experience made me stop and think about how privileged we truly are. We began our day with a huge breakfast spread and a nice hot shower, but they start theirs on foot every single day, tracking, hunting, and fighting for their survival, just to have one meal on their table. And even that is not guaranteed. Yet they seemed happier to me than most people I know. They didn't want to modernize or change anything about the way they live and consciously spend their time connecting with each other. They came to see us off until a certain point beyond which they don't cross. Maybe it's their way of saying that though our worlds might overlap, they are not the same. Thank you so much, Alex. Today you were an amazing guide. I understood that for some weird reason.
So thank you so much, and I wait for that.
Okay.
I hope you'll come back.
Absolutely, we will. Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
All the best.
All right, thank you, Alex.
Okay, thank you.
After this thought-provoking experience, you must be wondering that how did we even get here? This journey was made possible by Wander Beyond Boundaries, a company that curates self-driving expeditions across some of the world's most untouched terrains. Our trip spans across Kenya and Tanzania, and this is the route that we were following. But what made this expedition so safe and seamless was the team behind it. Nidhi, the expedition lead and the co-founder of WBB, is not only great at navigating, off-roading and storytelling, but is also an expert bush chef. James, our guide, helped us navigate and spot animals during this safari. And then there was Sushil ji, who could mend or fix any car at any given time. And interestingly, we also drove with a Maharashtra number plate in Tanzania, because they literally shipped these beasts all the way across here from India, which is so wild. It is 5:30 a.m. right now, and we are starting off in this car, and काफी सारा सामान है because there's a lot of camping equipment and also a lot of food in this car. So we're going to be fully पेटी पैक बांध के honeymoon पे निकले हैं, that type of a adventure couple. कैसा लग रहा है पहली बार अफ्रीका में ड्राइव करके?
अपने देश जैसा लग रहा है। रोड्स अपने जैसे हैं, खड्डे अपने जैसे हैं, यहाँ के पुलिस अफसर भी अपने जैसे हैं।
What are your thoughts on the traffic here?
कोई हॉर्न नहीं हो जाता है। एवरीबॉडी सो पेशेंट विद ईच अदर। मैंने ही 2-3 बार बजा दिया गलती से, वो भी।
So it's 3 hours later now. The sun has become so harsh, and we have reached the border at Tanzania. This is going to be a land crossing. This is the building where you enter for doing your immigration process. So guys, our 2 cars have now reached Tarangire, which is our first destination of this trip. Nidhi has just gone to get our tickets. Once we enter the park, we'll be able to explore. We'll also go around and see some wildlife today before entering into our campsite. How are you liking your first experience of Africa, and how was the drive till now?
The drive was very comfortable. Landscape was nothing like I have ever seen ever in my life.
ऐसा नहीं लग रहा कि हम लोग लायन किंग के सेट पे हैं, like the trees and everything, they just look so much like
वो
what we've
मोटी
seen.
नाटी मोटी ट्री है ना एक।
हाँ, it looks like the baobab tree.
ये लोगों को डराने के लिए रखा है यहाँ पे।
These are naturally eaten animals. मतलब they are animals that die or pass away or get eaten. So this is probably an elephant bone. It's huge.
These elephants are bigger than the normal elephant we have.
Really?
Elephant has a head that is a honeycomb to reduce the weight that elephant is carrying. Elephant has got quite a big brain,
Okay.
and elephant is bright of all the animals because of the memory.
I think this is the best aspect of a self-driving safari, that you can be literally driving on top of your car and just enjoying the landscape at your own pace. We have a herd of giraffes, so many of them, wow! So today, after entering into Tarangire, we saw so many animals, and it was overwhelming to see such beautiful visuals of the setting sun, giraffes, antelope, some like very small ones, some birds, which was so interesting. And after that, we've reached our campsite, and this campsite is actually a public campsite inside the park. It doesn't have any electrical fence or anything. And because if you're here with experts, we're able to do this, because अगर हम लोग अकेले self-drive trip कर रहे होते, I would have honestly been a little what do I say, scared. We are here with some of the best of professionals and they know what we are doing, where we are pitching our tent. And they also know all the do's and don'ts of being in the wild. And abhi hum log ye headlamps pehen ke rahenge because bahut jaldi andhera hone wala hai. We're pitching our tents and we're also setting up our mattresses and sleeping bags and everything. And besides that, it's just going to be a very thrilling experience right on day one of this adventure.
Spending the night in the middle of nowhere in a national park, Tarangire National Park. But I'm so sleepy, bro. डर लग रहा है लेकिन एनर्जी नहीं है. सुबह उठते ही बहुत बढ़िया व्यू देखने मिल रहा है आसपास. मज़ा आ रहा है. कर दिया तूने?
Mostly. बस 10 fold करना बचा है. So we have now reached Salali Swamp and we stopped at a mini resting area जहाँ पे tourists can come, they can use the toilets, we can actually sit here and cook as well, which is what Nidhi and Sushil are up to. In this area, what are the kind of animals we'll get to see?
We see the elephants going to the swamp. There are antelopes along the swamp. Lions too, because they always follow the prey.
Okay.
So while you don't see them up front, but you go closer to the swamp, it's buzzing with life.
Okay. The whole horizon is just a swamp area. And if you just sit here and admire the view, I think you can do that for hours. We have left from Salali now. That was such a nice meal. We had some lemon rice. Beautiful, beautiful meal. Very nice rest break. We also napped a little bit because wahan ka view, everything, the birds chirping, everything was so tranquil over there. And having such a nice peaceful time in between this very, very hectic game drive actually feels like such a respite. And now Ishan और मैंने switch कर लिया है. Now I get to have fun behind the wheel and he gets to have fun with the overhead space with the animals. Yay! Treasure!
Thumbs up, clap for yourself, we're set.
Yes! Oh my gosh, that was such an intense moment. हमारा टिकट का 24 आवर का टाइम खत्म होने वाला था and every day you have to purchase a new ticket for a 24-hour period to get inside the park, and these tickets are expensive. Okay, this one is for $59 per person and plus the car fees. So we had to drive as fast as we possibly could, and keeping in mind safety of animals also, we finally made it.
Tarangire National Park is done. However, unfortunately, lions तो बहुत दूर से दिखे. बहुत दूर से दिखे यार, बहुत दूर से दिखे. hoping that in the next few days in the other national parks that we go to, वहाँ पे हमें definitely वहाँ पे lions मिल जाएंगे, थोड़े ऐसे गाड़ी वाड़ी के आसपास मिल जाए, थोड़े ऐसे सुसु करते हुए मिल जाए, टायर पे तो मज़ा आ जाएगा. मतलब that is actually a proximity that these lions can get to with you. It's just like walk around your car. I think that is pretty cool.
Oh, this is so beautiful, this drive. Wow. So lush and green. Doesn't feel like Tanzania. It feels like maybe Kerala to me. Roads were smooth. This looks great. This looks like luxury for real. Wow. Oh wow, it's hot. We are here at the place where we are staying for the night in Karatu.
Oh, great. So them freshly baked there.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It got baked in the oven. See, there's an oven inside. The bread is fresh from this oven.
fresh.
How's the soup?
Very good.
We have got from this end to the Pakistan people, there is that butter.
Wow, so many firsts and so many emotions. We are still processing it. This journey has surprised us in more ways than we expected, and this is only the beginning because it gets crazier from here. See you in the episode 2 where this adventure takes a whole new level.